This episode of On the Ropes is brought to you by BWC. Boxing with Chris is a YouTube channel and podcast that covers the latest in boxing news, updates on prospective fighters, as well as interviews of both past and present boxers. Be sure to follow us on YouTube and Instagram for more updates and news. BWC, keep it A more than 92. If you would like to have your advertisement featured here, please email boxingwithchrismedia@gmail.com. Enjoy the pod.
Junior is a talent, bro, and I can't say that enough. I can't say that enough. And he deserved to be seen on TV. That type of talent, man, and that type of skill set.
You know, I've been waiting my turn. I sat back in the cut, but now it's time for me to, my dad passing the torch. It's time for me to take the torch and run with it. I want all the smoke. I said that 2 years ago before I even became WBC NABF champion.
You wouldn't want your son to sign to a promotional company right now? Or you want to stick to the same route you've been going? You want to just build the foundation brick by brick?
Bro, we want the fight that's going to get him on national TV, live exposure. We want the fight that's going to give him the exposure so we can show the people what they've been missing, so we can show them what the game been missing. Another Tarver, bro. And that's just it. It's, we feel like it's our turn. We waited, and we waited in the wing. You feel me? We stayed humble, and we've been working and grinding. But now, Junior 35. And it's not that we in a rush. It's just that the fact we think that he's arrived and we here. And I think his last fight proved that. And bro, we just ready to work. I don't care about signing with whatever. We just want to do good business, and we want to put on fights that the people want to see. And that's it. And we want to put Junior against eventually the best 154 pounders in the game. But we want to start first by fighting somewhat of a gatekeeper. Somebody that's going to give him the attention that, hey, okay, let them think that, okay, Junior ain't going to win this fight. But you know what I'm saying? We want to push our back, to the floor, right? We want to push our backs to the door because we want to put that pressure on ourselves, man. But Junior is a talent, bro. And I can't say that enough. I can't say that enough. And he deserved to be seen on TV. That type of talent, man, and that type of skill set. And he's a beautiful fighter to watch. And, he T2, the best kept secret in the game. But it ain't really no secret no more, bro. Because if you know boxing, you know what you watching. You feel me? You can see the difference. And we just want to put that on display.
So Junior, talk to me, man. Why you feel guys are avoiding you right now, man? What you think is going to take for you to get your name on somebody's car, somebody's undercar, for somebody to put that magnifying glass on you?
Well, these guys got to take a chance, man. I've been grinding, like my dad said. We've been grinding in the trenches. I've been waiting my turn. I sat back in the cut. But now it's time for me to, my dad passing the torch. It's time for me to take the torch and run with it. I want all the smoke. I said that 2 years ago before I even became WBC NABF champion. So, right now I want all the smoke. Again, I'm back at it. And whoever wants the smoke, man, we can do it. It's a lot of good fighters at 154. I don't understand why they can't make it happen.
So what happened? You've been reaching out to guys. You guys been making them phone calls, and what, guys just not even picking up the phone? What's going on?
Look, we've been putting it out on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, Antiono Tarver Jr. You follow my dad, Antonio Tarver. We've been putting it out. Anybody wants some smoke, we ready, man. 6 weeks, 7-week camp, we'll get ready for anybody. And I feel like my dad, he'll be able to train me to beat them all. So at the end of the day, man, like he say, man, it's of the essence right now. We got to go at it. We ready to fight. I'm a young 35-year-old. I don't feel old. I feel like I'm 26 right now. So, and I'm just, the longer they wait, the worse it's going to get for them. I can tell you that.
Do you think it's because of your age? Maybe people are starting to not put in a lot of interest?
Well, maybe so. They might try to use that until, for a bad fact. But, we got plenty of people that started late and, got a break later, like including my dad, Triple G.
At 28. Start at 28.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I why it's like that for me, and my team, that it got to be so hard. These guys don't want to step up. I just be the guy that was 11-0, 11 knockouts. He knocked everybody out in the fourth round, but when he got to me, he couldn't knock me out in the fourth round. I ended him in the eighth. So you might need to go check that fight out, and you'll see, man. They might be a little nervous because they know that, hey, I got a chin, and I'm gonna throw my hands. I'm gonna let my hands go. That's for sure.
And the thing about it is, Junior, I mean, you didn't have no amateur experience, bro. You learned from the trenches, bro. See, you're gonna be really a fighter that you're gonna think came out of nowhere. But we've been working, bro. We've been training. You feel me? And my
Perfect
thing
the
is,
craft.
I can't promote. I haven't been able to promote you like I wanted to because there's levels to this. It took him a while to get here. You feel me? We had to really, cut it down, cut the fat off the muscle, so to speak, man. And
For
we went
real.
through what we had to go through to get here. And now, since we've done that, man, we've seen Junior really, grow quickly in his boxing ability, bro. And I've been watching it all for years, bro. I'm passionate because I know this is the greatest story never told in boxing, bro. I mean, this is a great story here, and that's what's wrong with boxing. We rather tell all of these other, stories, but the last thing they'll promote is a fighter like Junior with championship pedigree. But we'll promote anything in boxing: pillow fighting, slap boxing, you know, other style of boxing, celebrity boxing. We'll promote anything but a real type of fighter that has championship pedigree to his name.
So
I mean,
being 35, when did you decided to take the sport seriously? Because coming from the background of your dad,
Yeah.
people would figure you would be hitting the bag at 5 years old.
I really that's funny that I was hitting the bag at 5 years old, but when pops was like, "Oh, get off the bag, T, you can't." So I started playing basketball. I played basketball in college, high school, football. I'm all around athlete. And around like 21, 22, man, that was my first time stepping inside the gym and really like trying to take it serious. I was just like, look, can I fight? You know what I'm saying? My dad is Antonio Tarver. I gotta have some hands. Like any fight I done been into, I done beat him up. But I ain't never did boxing. Boxing is different from fighting. So when what really made me lock in on it is when my man up there at St. Pete, Keith Thurman, man, I sparred him, man, and that kind of gave me the energy and the focus that I was like, you know what, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? We did a 3-week camp. I mean, I think it was like a 4-week camp, but we sparred like 2 weeks or something like that, 2 or 3 weeks, and you literally could hear a penny drop in there, man. So shout out to Keith Thurman, man. He was a great inspiration for that, for me to lock in and be like, yeah, I can really do that. Because at the time, he was like number 1, number 2 in the world. So that kind of pushed my level. I had to take my level to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? My skill to a whole nother level because, man, you don't want to get hit with a shot. You make a mistake at that level, you can get caught. So, it showed me that I can go to another level when I was sparring him.
Do you regret not starting earlier?
Hey, look, God don't make no mistakes, man. I can't say if I would have started earlier, things would have been different. But if I would have started earlier, I'll probably been up there with some of those big guys right now. I can tell you that much.
So what happened, OG? You ain't want to put the gloves in his hand at first. You came from a real boxing era where guys got down. What was it? You was one of those cautious parents that, you know what, that is not what I want for my son, maybe, or you just let him figure out his path as he went along.
Well, I definitely didn't want to force him to follow in my footsteps. See, this is what people need to truly understand, bro. This ain't about me wanting to live vicariously through my son. This ain't about that. This is about Junior deciding he want to, box, and then we deciding, hey, if you're going to do this, it's a way to do it, and this is how you got to approach this thing. And then, going through everything we had to go through in the trenches. In 2015, I kind of stepped away from the game, and I really focused on, training Junior and really laying down those layers that I knew he would need, man. And we had to go through whatever we had to go through, but now we're here. This is we're looking at my 4th promotion. Fight Night Tampa is a real thing now. You know what I'm saying? And we've We built that up now. The city, came out in an amazing way the last time, and we got big plans for the next fight. We got 3 more dates this year, and we bringing it, and we want to fill these dates with guys that are gonna bring, the exposure that we need to really put the buzz out there, man. But we ain't doing no clowning on social media. We not finna do none of that, that's everything everybody doing today. No, we're about, look, man, we see y'all out there, and we're here in the boxing business, and we want to fight everybody, bro, because we feel we got something different over here. And that's all we want to do is put that on display, man. And we here because Junior has worked hard. He's worked hard because, he's pushed himself, and I pushed him. And I tell you, man, he stepped up. And what I'm seeing from him right now is, I'm amazed. You know what I mean? And that's why it's important that, they take Junior seriously, bro. Because like I said, I've seen them all, man. And what I'm seeing, bro, I put that up against anything, bro, like for real. And that's what everybody need to be focusing in on, bro. Like, no, Junior ready right now. He ready to contend. And I think just saying that, and they need to take us seriously. We not playing, bro. Junior ready to contend. And I don't and give us a shot. Put somebody's name out there that they think we might not be ready for. I mean, we don't mind taking the risks that these fighters haven't been willing to take these days. It's throwback action. We want all the smoke. Give us
Yeah.
somebody at 54 you think we can't beat. We'll start right there.
I would. So what you maybe if he was the same age but in your era, he would have
Hey
had
man,
that shot
age
already.
don't age ain't nothing but a number. I
No,
think
not the age, just the era. Because you know
I
how
agree with
boxing is
that.
today, with guys not taking chances and guys not willing. People protect the old too much. So if we was in your era, you were the same style profile, 154 pounds, same age. But if we would have put you in your father's era, you would have had your shot already. I'm assuming.
Absolutely.
Uh, in
You know,
my
I
era,
his era a little different though. You know what I'm saying? This era, it's a lot of different. It's different right now in this era. It's like you said, it's followers, people protecting their own. But it's a lot of good fighters, man. It's like they can fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? So I understand you can't protect your own forever. At some point, you gotta. I
well,
put my own against another guy that was undefeated. You know what I'm
that's
saying? So
part
at
of
the end of the day,
that's part of
that's
the
part
game,
of
Junior. That's part of
duck
the game.
it. Like you
That's
can't
part
duck
of the
it.
game. I mean, that's part of the game. You gotta fight, bro. Like I said, we just want to put the game on notice that at 154, Antonio Tarver Jr. name goes with a lot of those good fighters up there that we can get in the mix with right now. I mean, if they weren't about his age, then beat us this year then. Like, because I truly believe if they don't beat us this year, next year, we there ain't nothing they're gonna be able to do about it because he's gonna just be ready. I mean, with his skills and his ability,
Yes,
he's gonna be ready. He's gonna be there regardless. So, yeah, we back in the trenches already. And like I said, I'm just excited because I think Junior has something special to offer the game, bro. I mean, we know what's out there, but I think Junior got something special to offer the game, and I hope that they take us serious eventually. But we ain't going nowhere, man. We here and we gonna have it, and we coming with the same energy. But you need to go watch Junior last fight against Drew Twilly, man. And I don't have to do the talking. If you can imagine yourself being in the arena that night, you feel that energy. It's different, bro. It's different, and I'm willing to, and like when I was at my career and when I was doing my thing, man, I wasn't afraid to take risks, bro. The bigger the reward, you know what I mean? The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. I took those chances in my career, and Junior want to take the same chances. He want to get in the mix right now. He don't want later. He don't want next. He's
no, we
ready to
right
show
now.
the world that he's ready to contend right now,
We ready
and
to do
that's
it, man.
what's going to make this thing so beautiful because of his experience level that he don't have, but they're gonna see that he don't have no real what you would call loose ends. I mean, he pretty much covering the spectrum when it comes down to boxing. When you look at his boxing ability, punching power, and now his defense, he has a great defense, but he just got to start trusting it a little bit more. But because of his lack of experience, he's a little bit vulnerable in spots, which make him an entertaining fighter. Because you're a little vulnerable, Junior, that's going to
Yeah,
make it entertaining. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
you
absolutely.
know, yeah.
Nah, he'll get it. He got to keep applying that pressure, man. Because there's no way I'm seeing guys on top ranked 2-18 getting fights, and an undefeated fighter can't get a fight. Yeah, I don't even believe in the age. I just believe at least if a fighter's undefeated and he's making a stamp and he's got a city behind him, that should be a solid enough. And then also being you're being his dad. Like, I'm gonna be honest because I'm objective. Like, I look at the Vargas family. You know what I'm saying? Being
Exactly.
realistic.
Facts, yeah.
Being realistically speaking, you know,
Facts.
they
You know,
they ain't
facts, bro.
world beaters. They ain't world
Facts.
beaters, you know.
They can
But they
fight.
might they might be though, but they getting their
They might be.
opportunity though. You
Yeah,
feel
they
me?
get
They
out.
getting their
All it
shot,
takes
and
is
that's all we want, bro.
it's not like his sons are. It's not like their kids are world beaters. You know, good fighters still getting the name, but
But they
you know,
might,
figure.
but they might turn out to be world beaters. You
Nah,
never
they definitely
know. We
might.
got to
They
see
definitely
their
might.
progression. We got to still see their progression. But when you look at you, when you say progression, I mean Junior is ready. I don't know what everybody else is, but Junior is ready right now.
All we want is opportunity. That's all we want. Just give us opportunity, and we can show the rest. We can do the rest from there.
Oh,
For real.
definitely. I feel like you definitely should get your opportunity, man. Like, I'm outside. I'm all over these cities, and there's no reason why you shouldn't, man. Because I see all type of journeymen, guys not in shape, getting these fights that they're not
Yep.
even supposed to or have no business getting into. So I understand where you're coming from. Pop, this for you, man. Talk to me, man. You had an interesting take. My uncle was a big road dragon. I had to ask you this. You had the instance in where you said it was more of a gift. It was more than a curse than a gift. I need you to elaborate on that.
No, it was a gift and a curse. It was a gift and a curse. And I think everybody know what I mean about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. I mean, the biggest win that I could have, ever had, and it was the worst thing I ever could have done for myself. You know what I mean? Like when you look at it, I take nothing away from it, but you know, I just don't understand people like all the time saying, "Oh, if he would have retired after John Ruiz, if he would have retired after John Ruiz, he would have ducked me." But people want to say, "Okay, that was give him want to give him a pass for that." They would have really preferred that Roy Jones retired after John Ruiz. And I'm like, okay, these are boxing fans that are talking. And I think once we got in the ring, I think I showed everyone what it was. But yeah, man, it's like I don't even get to celebrate my wins, bro. Every time I try to celebrate my wins, I get all these haters that come out of the woodwork. You feel me, bro? It's like, I don't know if that was the worst thing I could have done. It's knock Roy Jones out because I got nothing for it but hate, bro. And the whole
Your
boxing
uncle
business. Then when
hated
you
you,
look at my
man.
son, and then when you look at my son look like shit. He can fill my shoes. We might have this story that Junior gonna tell could be greater than mine. But we ain't putting no pressure on Junior. We just want him to do what he do best. And I got a nephew, bro, from Houston, Texas, and he's 135-pound southpaw. He wrecking shop up there. So this thing, what I'm talking about, is in our blood, bro. It's in our
So,
blood. It's in our DNA. You feel me?
yeah.
And so we just want to show everybody, man, that what we doing over here in Florida, bro, is something in the water. And I think a lot of fighters can benefit from what we drinking over here in Tampa. I promise you.
So, Junior, what anybody you want to call out specific? Anybody that you had in your mind, or what's been the closest you've been to getting on that stage that you've been needing to? What's the closest you've been
I,
to getting on that stage?
the closest I was fighting for with PBC for a little minute. I fought Thomas Hill back. I don't know. I was like I don't know. I was probably like 6-0 at the time, and he was 8-0. I mean 8-2 or something like that. But that was probably like that was like a big stage right there that I had fought on. It was in Biloxi, Mississippi. We fought out there. It was a good venue. I put on a hell of a show, and yeah, man. But like I say, any 154-pound man, we can do it. They got a good fight coming up. I think Joey Spencer and another guy fighting. Um, I don't know if it's March sometime. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah. But I was gonna say, how's your weight? Would you be able to make a move just in case if guys keep avoiding? Would you be able to go up or go down just to keep looking?
No, I'm gonna stay at 54, man. We gonna make it happen one way or another. We gotta go to some press conference or, run them down. Whatever we gotta do to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gonna do. But
No,
yeah, I'm standing.
we gonna get no, we gonna get action, Junior. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We too big to ignore. I mean, we're here
Yeah,
already, Junior. See, this the thing. We know what we got. You understand? And so we
yes,
gonna
sir.
hold firm to what we got, and we gonna stay in the trenches, bro. How they gonna ignore us? And we in this business. How they gonna ignore us? And you doing what you do.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah,
So
we got people. We got the people.
but we not gonna sit still and wait quietly for our number to be called because we know it don't look like our number ever gonna be called. So we're planning on having to break some doors down. I mean, unfortunately, we might get an invitation to the party. We might have to just, smash the. We might have to smash the party. But no, Junior is talented, man. Go back and look at his fights. The kid can straight up fight, bro. And he ain't got, he has the right name, the last name, but it's all God given and hard work. It's talent. And that's what I'm developing. Of course, you got to have the right mindset for this game. And we work on that too. But I mean, we believe, man, if the stage was set, we don't see nobody, bro, like that. We feel like we can't, succeed against. So that's the story, man. Like Junior ready right now, and so that's the business that we want to talk about. What can we do to get Junior in a situation where he's exposed to the world, what people want to, they're gonna tune in. So that's what we want, bro. Pay-per-view or either undercard or something, man. Let's go. We ready to work.
In a big division, you got a dream matchup, or you got somebody in mind that you think, I know if I could get him, I'm in.
Anybody, man. Like I say, it's a lot of good fighters. Like I say, they got anybody. It don't matter who it is, man. We'll break them down,
You
and we'll.
You
see,
said what?
Junior's
You said
11
what,
and 0,
OG?
man. It's a lot of big names in the game. It's kind of weird for you just to be 11 and 0, and you're saying, "Oh, you really ready for these guys in the top 20?" But that's where we at, man. The bottom half of
I just
that top 20, that 15, bro. We really don't care who that guy is or that gatekeeper, a guy that was once or twice world champion that's not on that level anymore, but still have some credibility. Those type of guys, we really would like right now. One of those type of guys that's been to the top, that really is not on that level no more, but still have that type of credibility that can give Junior that type of exposure. Anybody in that lower half of the top 20, though, yeah, we looking to make that type of move.
Your last fight was what, January 22nd. 21st or 22nd. 21st. So when you getting back in the ring?
we're looking at trying to get back in there sometime in April. If not, we'll be fighting in June for sure. But I'm looking for something in April.
So what's your sense of activity? You want to be fighting at minimum 3 times a year that's the
Three,
minimum?
3 to 4 times a year for sure.
And you all at home fights, correct?
No, it don't gotta be though. You know what I'm saying? We can fight anywhere. All we need is a contract. You know what I'm saying? Like we can fight anywhere. It ain't gotta be home. It ain't gotta be, on a Tarver promotion. It can be anywhere they want to have.
We got
We gonna be ready.
passports too, man. The UK, Dubai.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro, we ready to get on that
we
level.
ready
We
for
ready to get
whatever.
on.
Wherever they want to take us, we ready to go. Just make sure the paper right and the contract right, and we'll come out there and handle business and perform because that's what we get paid for.
This for you. This was for you, OG. So you being a former fighter, do you bring other guys in, or do you just mold yourself since you know what you're doing?
I mean, it ain't like that. Bring other guys in. I've been trying to bring other guys in, bro. But we want guys that see our vision and that can support and believe in what we're trying to do. Yeah, we want the people to come in, bro. Because I know it's going to be the people that really open those doors for us. You know what I mean? That's why you said I'm the people's champ, bro. You feel me? And that's my descendant right there, Junior. So I'm passing the torch on over to him, man. Like I'm excited for Junior. I told him, man, if you're gonna do this how you got to do it, bro. You can't half-ass this, bro. You can't play boxing. And I know people question that these days because they doing a lot of playing when it comes to boxing. But at the same time, you know what I mean when I say that, Junior. You can't play boxing, man. And Junior's an old throwback type of fighter, man. He earned it. He earned it. And now he just want to put his talent on display. And we believe this is the greatest story never told. And when you look at what I was able to do at my time in the game, when you look at what Junior going to do in his time in the game, bro, it's going to be the greatest story never told. And so somebody got to tell it. And it's time for Junior to tell his story and write his chapter in his illustrious career. And he's gonna have one of those I think real real superstar type careers because Junior, when they see you, bro, they ain't gonna believe it, number one. And they're gonna be amazed at your ability and your skill set. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that.
For sure. I already know
You
it.
you get a lot of comparisons to your dad while you in the city. You get a
Yeah,
lot
it just you see what I'm saying, man. You gotta be there to see it. But it's we got some similarities. Of course he had a devastating left hand. We've been working on mine. It's been coming together. We've been putting it together. But I just got a devastating hook, man. My body attack is crazy. And when I let my hands go, they're gonna be in trouble. I don't care who it is. If I let my hands go, I got speed, I'm fast, I could counter punch, I got defense. And you go back and see my fight, you can see all that, steaming up, stewing up, in a pot. You be like, damn, he doing this, he doing that. He's not really getting hit. I got good defense. So whatever they bring to the table, I'm gonna be able to bring my level to a whole nother level. If they level up here, I'm gonna bring it right up there with them. If not past them. So
other than your father. You got anybody else you picked stuff up from their game?
Pernell Whitaker, I like him. Marvin Hagler, um, Sugar Ray Leonard, Mayweather, my dad. So many different people, but like those old school type of fighters. I like those guys.
Sound like to me like you just in the wrong era, man. Like I spoke to Benavidez, I spoke to David Benavidez the other day, and that's just kind of what it is. Some of these guys, they just got it. They're just in the wrong era. Some of these guys are just too soft. Promotional companies, fighters just don't take enough risks like they used to.
Yeah, we need to get it back. We need to get the boxing back, man. We need to start taking more risks. And hey, if you the best, show you the best. That's all we asking. Show that you the best. If you the best, you tough, you strong, you can fight. Bring it. 154. It's a lot of bodies there. I don't understand. It shouldn't be hard for these other promoters. Top Rank, the Zone, any of those. Let's go. We
I feel
ready
like
for
I
y'all.
feel like I feel like I feel like most of the dogs are at the PBC and some of
And
them
people,
are with Top Rank, but most of
yeah,
them are with the PBC.
yeah. We ready for all that. Whatever they want to do, we ready for it. Like we say, 7 weeks, 6 or 7 weeks. Give us some time. We'll beat them all. Beat them all. We'll be ready for all of them.
This for you, OG.
We ain't
OG, I
ducking
saw
no
your
smoke.
show.
We ain't ducking no smoke, man. No smoke. Mr. No duck smoke.
I was watching your segment, OG. You had an interesting take how you feel that on Plant Benavidez that you feel that he's underestimating Plant because you don't feel that he can get hurt by Plant.
I don't know why it is, but I think he's definitely underestimating Plant, and it's just because he just sees himself on another level. You know what I'm saying? He sees himself on another level, and a lot of times, we can have that tunnel vision, and things are moving so fast around us, man. But no, I would tell David Benavidez, man, just even though you might feel like that, just take this training camp serious, prepare for Caleb Plant as if he's a life and death type of threat, and put your best game forward. I think if he does that, he's supposed to win the fight. But when I look at his early videos coming from camp, everybody's there, bro. Everybody's in the ring. His family, the kids run around in the ring. His wife is ringside, his dad in the ring. And it's a family affair, and they do it differently. But when you getting ready to face a guy, that could be your toughest challenge and could give you stylistically your toughest fight, because, of course, Caleb Plant can box. He's never been noted to be a puncher, but he's shown that he had a little knockout power in his last fight. I think that was just a perfect punch. But yeah, Caleb Plant with his movement and all that could cause some issues. And if he's really that fighter that got, if he really has that dog in him, and I think people understand when I say that, if he really got that dog in him, like he want people to believe, then and he's not intimidated. And then if those early rounds get tough for Benavidez, I'm just saying, it could, if he's not mentally strong and prepared for a tough fight, a real dog out, drag out fight, knockout, drag out fight, then that fight could possibly have his challenges. If Plant see himself in that fight round 6, 7, the knockout didn't come, the fight could kind of switch a little bit. But when on the surface, I think you have to go 70-30, David Benavidez. I think, and if David takes him lightly and don't prepare properly, then that 70-30 could go 60-40, and it could even go to 50-50. That's what I was saying, And as a great fighter, sometimes we think we just have that switch. We can just turn it on whenever we want to. It's like a great basketball player, like if he wanted to score 30 in the second half, he could just turn it on. Sometimes that switch don't ignite, man, and you be wondering what happened. And you've been lost to a guy that you wasn't supposed to lose to. And that happened a lot of times in boxing.
Do you feel that due to the fact that it's real animosity, it's not a pay-per-view, so it's real animosity between these guys? How when there's a real animosity between fighters, how important is it to keep your composure and not get off your game plan? Because it's different when you're fighting a guy, but there's a difference when it's really personal. Like even if the cameras was off, they look like they'll fight in the middle of the street, from what it sounds like.
It looks like that, and my thing is, where's that coming from? It can't be because we're about to fight. You feel me? It got to be something deep in that. And so that's what it was really throwing me off. I didn't understand why the Diaz was so hyped and so emotional and so ready to go already, far too far ahead of the fight, that type of energy, like he ready to fight right now. I mean, I know it's the antics, and they want to do a lot of marketing and promoting. I guess they think that's the only way to get the big bang, you know what I mean? But I was just wondering, where was this really coming from? You know what I'm saying? Was it? It can't be because we just fighting. He's making it personal because of what? What's the real reason behind it? Is it real? Is it just?
I did some digging and I found out I had to put my media. So make a long story short and the short story long, we all got kids. I got kids. You got your son in here. So he has, a daughter that's not with us anymore. And there was an interview that popped up about 4 or 5 years ago where Benavidez just goes like, yo, he needs to just stop mentioning her and let her rest in peace. And that triggered everything. And including that video that they had in the gym where Benavidez Jr., Jose Benavidez Jr., they got into the shouting match and everything. So that's like, it's real hostility. So that's what I'm saying. How bad do you see if he can make a mistake? Because he's in here chatting, he's out of here in 4 rounds. So I feel like people aren't giving Caleb Plant a shot, man. He's not going to stand in front of him the way all these guys, the David Lemieux, all these guys he's been fighting. I feel like this is his toughest test yet. By a mile, to be honest, by a mile.
Yeah. And stylistically, it is because, like I said, Plant has the ability to make things a little bit difficult for him because of his mobility. You know what I mean? David is not usually, fighting guys that does a lot of movement, boxing on his feet. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to help Plant if he can really get that game plan going. But like I said, to me, I think how this fight goes is solely up to Benavidez, is how he approaches it. You feel me? How he approaches it is how this fight going to go. I think it's all up to David Benavidez. If he come focused and locked in, being his best, I don't believe a Caleb Plant can beat him. But if if he's distracted in training camp, he's taking this guy lightly, he's not putting his, everything is best foot forward. And then this fight can get tricky.
What you think, Junior, man? Because what do you think? You've been in a couple fights so far. You ever been in a
Yeah.
situation where
He
you
like
don't like the guy?
Man, Plant can box, man. You know, he a real good boxer. He's slick, he's smooth. You know, Benavidez come, he throw a lot of punches, bunches and punches. But like my dad say, man, if Benavidez is not taking this fight seriously like he should, Caleb Plant, like it could be a 50-50 fight, man. I'm telling you. Caleb Plant, he just got a knockout. He looking good, you know, and he feeling good. He running off of that right now. He probably feel like Benavidez can't beat him, but Benavidez got the power to stop anybody. So, you know, if he can stay sharp, stay boxing, stay moving, counter punching, he'll make it real difficult for Benavidez for sure.
So the winner's supposed to fight Canelo. What's interesting about it is I think Canelo is way too small for 175. I don't see him going back down to 160. So do you think he'll actually fight Benavidez one day? Because that's like, other than Spence and Crawford, that's one of the matchups that everybody's like, yo, is it gonna happen? You know, because there's so more than like seven. Canelo's what, 32, he's 25, so it's a 7-year difference. It's like, how long is he gonna wait the young bull out? You gonna wait him out till he's 27 and his physical apex, and then you're 34. How does that go about, Jamie? Should he just go about it as early as possible? Win, lose, or draw?
Man, I don't know. Canelo got options, man. I mean, he's still trying to say he want to do that. So, you know, really don't know where Canelo's head is right now. He got this one fight scheduled that a couple of guys already beat the fighter that he's facing. So it's sort of like a real tune-up fight for Canelo. But yeah, both of these guys, if the winner of this fight will surely be in the driver's seat if Canelo want to really do it again with these guys. I think that's definitely going to be a main fight for Canelo if he want to do something real big. Fight the winner of Caleb Plant and David Benavidez for sure.
You coming from a boxing family, Junior. Obviously, we know who your father is. What's something boxers lack today? Boxing itself and boxers, the fighters, lack.
I boxing itself is just they're just not fighting each other. But I can't really, they probably lacking, staying consistent, man. And I had to learn that, the hard way. I had to learn to stay consistent over and over again. You never know when you're gonna get the call, and stop. They just gotta stop ducking, man. Everybody gotta fight everybody. We gotta bring the old school boxing back, man. That's really lacking right now in boxing.
Promote the real
This is
fighters, man. Fighters got to eat too. Real fighters got to eat too, bro. You feel me? So I just think boxing need to put the light on where the guys are really shining at, bro. And I don't know what it's going to take for our story to really get out, but all they got to do is go back and look at some of my great fights, man. And and we're trying to bring that type of excitement back to the game when we wasn't ducking nobody. We were looking for all the big fights, and that's what Junior want. I mean, put his name out there amongst the best right now. And I think, a lot of names, Junior, your name go good with, bruh. And I think you'll match up well against all those guys. Your name in that hat matches up well against all those guys. So that's what we're doing, just trying to build Junior up, take him to the public, and let the people fall in love with him, man, because he's a beautiful fighter to watch. If you haven't seen him yet, man, go check him out at Antonio Tarver Jr. on all
Yeah,
social media platforms. We come right back, Fight Night Tampa. June 10th is our next fight. We're looking to secure our next venue and location, and we're going to want to bring a top 20 guy to be the feature fight with Junior. We got the WBC NABF regional belt. We want to defend that against somebody. They want to come down and make that happen, but we're looking for network TV, man. That's what
yep.
we really want to do. And I think that's all Junior's missing is a shot for the people to really see his ability and his skill set.
So coming from you guys, what's the message you guys got for the youth, man? Because now if it seems like I wouldn't say that he's changing the sport, Jake Paul, but he's bringing casuals into the sport. How do you feel about that? Even guys that are in box don't even want to go pro. They're actually going to gyms just to work out and see what it's like. So what is something that you feel that he's changing in the sport, or do you approve of it or you don't approve of it?
Junior.
That's for me.
It don't matter.
Go ahead, pops.
Go ahead, Junior. I'll let you knock it out.
Nah, it don't. It really don't.
Well, look, man. Look, you gotta. At the end of the day, man, you gotta respect. A man hustle. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. Like, I can't say I like everything it's doing for the sport. I can't say I dislike it either. You know what I'm saying, because it's still bringing light to boxing. You know what I'm saying, even though they're not real fighters or they're not fighting real competition. You know what I'm saying, but Jay Paul doing his thing. I can't hate on him. You know what I'm saying. Like, I want to see what they do against Tommy Fury, but we don't know if either one of those like really good fighters or boxers or good. You know what I'm saying. We don't know what they're gonna bring to the table to the fight come. You know what I'm saying. So I can't really say I hate on anything. You know what I'm saying. He doing his thing right now. He getting paid for it.
Nah, I feel so. OG, when you captured your titles in 2003 against Griffin, other than your famous knockout, was that your most accomplished memory? Something that sticks with you forever, or is there something else in your career that sticks with you forever?
Man, my career's the whole thing is just a body of work. You know what I'm saying? Of course I had my highs and my lows, but the night when I won it all was the night that I solidified myself as one of the best fighters in the world. That's the night I knocked out Roy Jones Jr. But there was a lot of wins in the midst of all of that. I think my body of work as a whole is just shows what you can do, man. When you believe in yourself and you believe in God, that's where I think that is where I think I want my career to be remembered, like just a whole body of work, man.
We ain't gonna get into the details, but with all these guys that did what they did and made it into the Hall of Fame, do you feel like you were snubbed out of the Hall of Fame? When you have a
Man, we
good
ain't.
career, good resume, multi-time world champion, you got great guys on your resume. You fought almost the top 12 guys of your era. So in a way, it feels like
Um,
you're underrated, and they put a block on some things you do and some things you didn't do. 'Cause I'm gonna be objective about it, man. So I just call it how it is. I feel like they judge you for some things that other guys did. I had this argument with a coworker the other day, and I told him we talked about it. You know what we're talking about? But he was like, "Hey, but he did this." I said, "But he did that too, and he's in." And he did that too, and he's in. So
but first of all, everything they say somebody did don't necessarily mean they did. But at the same time, I mean, yeah, bro. When you look at I know I'm a Hall of Fame fighter. I don't have to. No organization have to tell me that. You feel me? And I think the people show me that everywhere I go, bro. I mean, I know what I did in the ring was special. I know the longevity I had was special. I know, my Olympic story was special. So, it's a whole body of work that made me a complete fighter. And I think when you look at it, I can put my career against the best of them. You know what I mean? And I believe I'm a Hall of Fame fighter. And I think when I go everywhere I go over the where I travel, they respect me as a Hall of Fame type fighter. So it's just a matter of time. I mean, but whether anyone says I'm a Hall of Fame fighter or not, I know what I did in the ring was special. It was unique, and it was great. You know what I'm saying? I think man, yeah, of course. I feel like I'm a Hall of Fame fighter, but I don't think I'm getting snubbed. I just think, hey, it's different strokes for different folks. You know what I mean? Everything with me was different. You know what I'm saying? So I can't expect, my journey to be just like everyone else's. I mean, when my name is called, I'm gonna be respectful, and it's gonna be a honor and everything. But yeah, I believe I'm a Hall of Fame fighter, regardless if I ever get inducted.
no, I got it. So now we got June 10th, man. I got Will's number. I'm gonna pull up on you, man. I'm right here in New York. Florida ain't too far, so I'm gonna fly down there. I'm definitely gonna check you out there. So
Hey, but do me a
OG,
favor. Do me
I'm
a
checking.
favor. Chris, do me a favor. Do yourself a favor and go back and watch Junior last fight, man. From the first round to the eighth round, and call me back. Because I want your honest opinion. I really do.
I'm objective. One thing about me, man, I'm objective, man. I guess that's why I got a little bit of friends, man, because I call it how it is, man.
Hey,
So
that's all we want. Call it
that's
how it is. tell me
I don't got a
that.
problem with telling the guy he sucked. Now I'm just fucking with you. but
No, but is
I,
that hey,
Is
but
that how
nah,
you
hey,
it's rare.
just like
It's rare. It's rare. It's rare. I don't.
hold on,
It's rare. I
just
don't think I can ever tell a fighter he sucked, man. Because
but
you gotta.
Chris, I'm trusting your eyes, bro. Just like you say, you can tell when it ain't right. Well, I want your eyes to be the same way when you see what you see.
No,
I
yeah.
want your eyes to be the same way when you see what you see.
The only thing I feel, to be honest and objective about it, I feel like they just holding him. They want to hold him back because of his age. There's no excuse. Like I said, I'm all over. I'm over covering these fights. When I was in DC, Lamar Peterson got stopped by some guy with what? Like I'm all over OG. I'm all over covering these fights. I'm going to Vegas for Benavidez playing. I'm all over. So when I see these journeymen or undercards and or these guys that these late replacements that get fight these big fights are guys that they don't have no business with.
Yeah,
So I definitely see where you're coming from. And like I said, I've been in the media game for about a year and a half, and I see a lot. Because coming from just being a fan and then seeing how Bice is talking, you got to see what goes behind the scenes. I'm starting to see it now. How people move, how promoters move, how everything is different when there's a camera on, when there's a camera off. People always say, yeah, we're gonna fuck with you. And then yeah. The moment they turn their back is a whole nother story. I don't know what you think, Pop. You gotta pull some strings for your boy, man. You gotta use some of your name. That's what you think, man, because
I
he's
mean,
better than a lot of people.
we're hey, listen, we're trying to do it the diplomatic way. I mean, we out here. You feel me?
Man,
I
come
mean, we're
on, man.
doing it
This
the
is boxing,
diplomatic
so
way.
you got to cheat a little bit, not like yo, bro. Come on, man. You got to use your weight a little bit because I'm looking at a lot of guys that don't deserve to be here. Come on, I'm looking at, like I said, not to bring it up, but when I look at the Vargas kids, why you think they in there? Because of Fernando, and he's a Hall of Famer, but even he wasn't a world beater to be completely honest. So it's just I feel like it's a little bit of the name with whatever factors in the middle of it. If there's anything that they could gravitate you to stunt or stop your growth, is usually what they do.
hey, at
Well,
least
that's why
somebody
we're
see
calling
it.
on the people. Man, we calling on the people, man. They remember the glory days. You know, they remember the magic, man. They know what I had to go through to get mine. You see what I'm saying? We right back on that same path. But like I said, man, hey, the apple hit me in the head, bro. And it wasn't about my dream. I'm not living vicariously through my son. But Junior is a hell of a talent. And he's here right now. And he's ready to put his skill set against anybody. And that's the story, bro. And Junior could be one of the best talents in the game today, right now. Best
Right
talents,
now.
bro. And they should have that light over here on you, Junior, already. You
Yeah,
feel
for
me?
real.
You feel me? But like I said, it's different strokes for different folks, bro. Our story and our journey is different, but we gonna meet them at the same spot. You feel me? Because when
Yeah.
you get your
Right.
shot, you just gotta be ready. And I'm gonna make sure you're ready, Junior. That's all. I'm gonna make sure you're ready
Oh, don't tell me we
to
lost
do
Oh, we
what
gonna
you
be
do. And that's
Oh
why
yeah, but OG.
we're gonna make a hell of a team, Junior. We're gonna be one of the best teams in boxing, bro. Because you're
yeah, for
getting it
sure.
from the horse's mouth, Junior. You're getting it from the horse's mouth. You're getting it from the source, son. And
Yeah.
you feel me?
That's
Right
why
now, I'm one of the best trainers in the game. Right now, today, we can
Yeah.
show that. We can prove that. Look at Junior. Look at his progression. Look at his skill set. Look at his talent. You feel me? He's been trained right. He's been
Only
trained properly.
seven fights. That's it.
You feel me? So this ain't just like we just popped up. Nah, he's been through it. So this is the product. This is the product of what you get when you have the scientific technique, skill, and the talent, and you have a teacher that can show you how it's done. This is the product that you get. So we want to put that on
one thing
display for the whole world to see, bro. Yeah.
yeah. One thing I gotta say though, man, I wouldn't say you living through your son because you had a hell of a career. You get what I'm saying? It's not like you was a scrub and then you didn't make it because of some bullshit injury, and now hey man, I'm trying to push my son as hard as I can. You had a great career, so it's not like you living. You just pushing your son as any father should.
I had a stellar career with a whole generation of fighters ducking me. Come on, bro. I just got out the game because nobody wouldn't fight. They didn't want to take the risk, because You know, they couldn't really predict what I was bringing to the table. That's what makes it magic. You feel me? That's what makes it magic, bro. So, you know, we not done yet. I'm gonna enjoy this ride and make sure Junior ready to do what he do. But we in the trenches, man. And I see this, I see Junior every day. Bro, they not doing this, Junior. They not doing this, bro. And I'm telling you, you know, you can believe that. This different. You different. And that's all we want to put on display. That's what we want to show the people, man. That, you know, and that's the miracle of it all, Junior. You ain't have to come through all those treacherous amateur fights. You know, you ain't have to go through all that. But your
Yeah.
skill set, you done caught up with the pack. I told you, you gonna catch up in passing on your talent. On your talent, and that's what we want to put out there, bro. That's the story, man. Junior ready right now for all the smoke. Right now,
I say
try
it's the
us.
story,
Try us.
man.
If you think we bluffing,
Nah, definitely. So that's a good story, you know. No amateur background, son of a fighter, starts late, goes pro, and hits the ground running. That's an unreal like type of
it's
story,
all
man. We just
One of the most
it's all God,
fighters.
bro. It's all God though.
It
It's
is all
all
God.
God though.
God
It's
for
all
sure.
God though, bro. And you know, so
But one
we
of the most
ready.
exciting fighters in the world right now. Seriously, right now I can say that. I'm one of the most exciting.
Prime time TV, must see TV, bro. Must see TV, and we ain't lying, bro. Put him in there with anybody. We ready. Junior ready.
I'm gonna see. We gonna see, but I'm gonna catch up with you, OG. I appreciate your time, man, because I know you got a lot going
Go
on.
watch that fight though.
Junior,
Go watch Junior last fight. Go watch Junior
Junior,
last
I'm
fight,
gonna
man.
hit you up on the
Call me
IG,
back.
Junior. Send me
Hey,
everything.
Call me back.
It's on Fight TV, man.
I need it. Like he said, you got it from the source. I need it from the source. So
All
I
right,
need.
all right,
I need
got you.
exclusively. Send me your math, OG. I'll send you my math. We gonna lock in soon. June 10th. I'm gonna write it down. So I'm gonna hit up Will and I'm gonna head down there, man. I've
Calm
made
down,
I'm making
bro.
my word. I'm gonna head down there. So I'm gonna definitely see you soon, yo, OG. I appreciate your time. I really do, Junior. Best of luck out there. Any future plans? All
Hey,
right.
appreciate it, Chris, man. Hey, much love.
Okay.
Hey, man.